Alright, it's 4:56, and we're gonna go ahead and call this meeting of the Robbinsville Tourism Authority. First order of business, approval of the agenda. Dirk, you get the agenda?
I did, and I had a question. What are we doing in closed session?
Well, I didn't know if the grievance stuff would be closed session or not.
Well, if we don't have an employee any longer, why would we even address that?
Well, it needs to be on record is what I was told.
Well, I guess that's something, if we talk, we can talk about it in closed session and see whether we need to take any sort of action.
Yeah, that's good.
So do we, I guess, can I move to amend the agenda to remove the reference to the grievance from the agenda in old business?
Second.
Alright. Motion carries.
But otherwise, move as amended.
Yeah, that's what I seconded.
Okay, got an approval of the agenda. The meeting minutes, I don't think didn't
I didn't get them finished.
get
I
finished,
apologize.
so we'll have to hold off on that till, and we've got nobody for public comment, so. Under old business, John Caldwell was supposed to be up here to talk about the prize money for the Aruba. You wanna hold off till he gets here, so.
Yeah, we'll stay.
we'll carry
He
it
won't
on.
be coming. He won't be coming tonight.
Okay.
But we discussed it this week. He's asking for $800 for the prize money for the last poker run. And he's asking for approval for $800 for the next poker run, that's prize money, that's in September.
I thought they canceled the September.
No, he said it's up in the air.
No, okay.
But he hasn't received the prize money for the last poker run. And, he was wanting to know if we still wanted to be a part of Aruba, the $250 a year.
I don't honestly know whether we're part of the Aruba.
Yeah, I guess I'm more inclined to fund events and partner than, because I don't think we're gonna have anybody go to the events or go to the membership meetings as a
Okay.
representative of the board, more than likely. So I would be more inclined to, as we can partner together, supporting.
Unless you're wanting to be a member of the board.
Yeah, and I mean, that could be good outreach to,
Well, it would be a way to help the coalition get started.
yeah, I mean, if that's something you're willing to do,
I would be willing to do
we
it.
can, I'd say we can do it and see, give it, you can do a year and see how it goes.
Okay. All right, but that's up to the board completely. What y'all think? I know they have a volunteer pool,
Mhm.
which we don't have.
Yeah, we need that, the volunteers at least.
And if we can partner with them on the prize money,
Mhm.
that'd be great. That's my personal opinion.
So what are your thoughts, Dirk?
I'll go with whatever I don't know enough to comment, but I will follow the lead of you two guys.
Yeah,
I'm not emotional about it either way.
yeah, I'm all for getting Karen on the Aruba and paying the $800 that's already been put out, but I ain't gonna commit to the $800 until they know if we're having an event.
Yeah, and just, to advertise it well and to
Yeah.
go through, yeah, exactly. So I'm fine with that as well.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
All right, motion carries. that we're gonna make Karen a member of the Aruba and give them $800 for the past event and kind of reserve judgment on the fall ride if they had it. All right, that's been struck, so would this be considered closed session on just clarification of roles? Or do you want to just go ahead and?
I think that's something we could talk about in open session, right, just the
So,
role itself,
Because roles would be general, but,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
to the job, not to the
the
individual.
job title and hours, yeah. So are there specific questions that we can,
Well, I am wondering what you see as my future with the RTA. I don't know what that is. I have been really reserved in my hours, and I've got a lot accomplished so far within the last month. I do feel, but I don't know exactly what my job title is.
so, yeah, I guess with the recent develop, I guess we would need to, I guess formally approve Karen as director, because her previous title was assistant director. And with no longer having a vacancy in the director position, I guess that's a question, is do we need to, is that something we can unilaterally do? Or do we need to go through a formal hiring process, have like an internal posting? So since it's a vacant position?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Being that the budget is where the budget is, I don't think the funds are actually there for two of them.
Right, that's what I'm just meaning, just moving Karen from position to position.
Yeah.
Or I guess we could just rename her, but however we want to do it, just have one person, but just whatever documentation we need to make the documented change
Right.
in title. I guess is probably step one.
Yeah, I'm fine to do that. The one thing we need is we need a budget update as far as where we are. Because if I'm hearing concerns about funds, we probably need to look at our funding situation. So when can we get an updated,
I'll try to, if you'll give me a couple of weeks, I'll try to get that done. I'm on vacation right now, so, and I know next week I've got a heavy load. So the following week I can try to get that.
so as the position was, how many hours did it come with?
20.
Okay, so that's where we're at till we have a chance to get our feet on the ground and reevaluate everything.
Well, I have a request. I know that we cannot hire a full-time assistant. I understand that. But Amanda is already clerk for the RTA. She's the only one that's got forms and things on her computer, because the computer that we have now does not have any RTA forms on it. There's going to be times I have to go to Amanda and ask for her help. Plus, the fact that she's got the technical skills she does and a working computer, and she knows everybody in the county. If she doesn't know it, she'll find it out. Can she work with me?
Well, I guess that's a question for the alderman. Will have to address that before we could talk to her about that. Hopefully that would be okay with them.
Yeah, and if we do that, it could be on more so like an as-needed basis, have
Exactly.
like instead of a position, more like an hourly rate and as needed,
Yes.
have a budget.
I was going to say, me and Amanda both had a long day today, and I'll be honest and say that we both have more than our fair share of a workload right now, and I
Yeah.
don't know if
Yeah.
But, yeah, that would, for that to even be an option, I'd have to come through the alderman. And
Okay.
they would need to discuss that with their employees and maybe let us know.
Yeah, I can bring that up to
So we schedule that at the next meeting?
Yeah, we'll put it on the agenda.
Correct.
Which brings up another question. To my understanding, Patty has not, to this date, turned in any of the RTA books, and I don't know whether they went with her to Texas.
She sure
or-
did.
But I think we need to send a formal request for that stuff, cause some of that stuff, that's the only copy of, and we need it.
Yeah,
Sure.
You want me to draft one?
Yeah, if you would mind.
please.
Yes, because at this point, I would be reinventing the wheel
Mhm.
Well,
again.
and that request should come from Kenneth, I
Mhm.
think,
It should.
Okay. Oh,
as chair.
Is she back yet, Amanda, or do you know?
She's supposed to be back on the 17th. I haven't heard anything.
yeah, I'll try to reach out to her tomorrow and see if we can.
I mean, whoever writes it, it shouldn't come from, well, my mind's gone blank about the young lady that's there that's helping us. It should come-
Karen.
Karen, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's
It should come from
okay.
Karen. It should come from the board.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, I agree with that.
And it can be my office, I don't care about that.
Did everybody have a chance to look over the proposed events and have any questions?
I think, I don't have any, but since I heard the budget concern, I think we need to maybe have a workshop and look at the budget and look at the events and then
I
bring
agree,
it up in the next meeting.
I agree with that.
Has there been any any communication with Ms. Jones with the Hispanic Festival?
Yes.
There has, perfect, good,
She met with
Yes.
us,
Good.
I met with Karen
Good.
at
I'm
3
glad.
o'clock today.
great.
I met with her at 3. She needs minimal stuff.
Yeah, she, even last year, just the first time, just kind of took it and ran with it, so.
Yes, all she's asking from us is basically some balloons and for us to pay for one large banner.
Yeah.
And about 25 flyers, because we can make copies of the flyers here and we can put them up side by side with the Shriners Car Show flyers. And she needs a sink, an outdoor sink,
We have that.
and
RTA has that.
awesome. And that's all she wants.
Cool.
She's gonna pay for the pinatas, they're gonna have Hispanic food, there's gonna be a dress up for the girls in authentic clothing. And so I've spoken to Robert about having something going on in the high school. And so he'll be thrilled to hear that. The meeting was at 3 o'clock today, haven't spoken to Robert since.
Great.
But it was very productive.
Good. And then, just on the trunk or treat, we probably have a list of prior vendors. We'll say they like a letter, to go out, that's what we've done before, and it gets a lot of response, because we had people last year who wanted to sign up and were kind of waiting on that, so I can get you the list of who we sent it out to. I think Debbie may still have the forms from last year, hopefully somebody does, of who signed up. But we can get contact information from
Okay, it may be in the books.
yeah. And that's something that I've got the capability to mail merge all those. I've got it all in an Excel sheet, can mail merge, so I can put it for your signature, but it's something we can run through our office really easy. And
That would be
yeah, and just make
phenomenal.
it super easy, because that's just what we've done before. I mean, we've done it previously, so it shouldn't be an issue.
That would be great.
But we have cell phone numbers from everybody who's done it previously, so we can reach out to them.
We probably should just go ahead and put a letter in the paper as
Mhm.
well for those that might have an interest that wouldn't be on our list.
Yeah, that's great, good idea.
And I can definitely take care of that.
Mhm.
And that probably needs to go out mid-September, early October? What are you thinking, Brady?
Yeah, maybe like in mid-September, do like a save the date almost, like inviting people to
Yes.
do it and telling people when it's gonna be, as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. We got an update on the car show.
Yes. Gooder Graphics is doing trophies, not just the small ones, but the mid-size and some large ones for all three categories of vehicles, for the cars, Jeeps, and bikes. They did the trophies last year for $300. We've got three categories this year. We're getting that price down to less than $500 for all three categories. They've already been ordered. They're working to put them together now. The print house in Silva we've already got 100 flyers. We've got the banners already in the RTA office. And they gave us 100 car tags for next year for free. That came in at $193. Candida Caps is working on the t-shirts. Approximately 50 shirts. That's going to be $577.80. That brings the total that we're putting out for the Shriners is $1,370.80. That number will be a little bit less with the trophies not going to be quite 500. I went with it. I didn't know what had been done last year. Didn't have books, so I did the best I could.
That's a number I think I'm fine with. I mean, that's
Oh, yeah.
that's within our expectations of that event. So that
Okay.
should we have a lot of participation.
I really
Good
hope
weather.
so. I've been promoting it privately, and Debbie has put it on our Facebook page. I think everybody's sharing it.
Good.
Trying to contact some car clubs and bike clubs, see if they'd be interested. I know my husband's going to put his old ratty bike in it, but it's a good cause. So that's where we are on that. Everything is ordered. Half the stuff is already here. And then we're gonna wait on the proposed events and have a workshop.
Yeah. And you'll wait after the budget before we discuss the.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea with the Christmas. That's going to be a good investment, but just to make sure the numbers work.
He gave us a really good discount.
Yeah.
I talked him into giving us a Christmas in July special. It's a 35% discount.
And it's nice because it expires into the year, so we've got time, which is good.
We've got 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks?
Yes. August, sale ends August 15th.
Oh, am I looking at a different?
It's down in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, it's on the.
It's
right.
the gray highlighted line. And the tree topper is a 4-sided star, nativity star. It's a 3D. And that is with 35% off as well. So the total for the 22-foot tree, it's a panel tree, and the star would be $12,475.50. They're not gonna charge us shipping and handling either.
So the subtotal at the bottom is it's inclusive of the 18-foot and 22-foot.
That is if we did a 22-foot and an 18-foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an error, that 19,990.
Got it.
But if you have any questions, you can go to their website and see how they're put together.
Mhm.
There's an actual frame on the inside. You put them together from the inside out,
Mhm.
these trees. We don't have to have a boom truck or anything like that.
There's a warranty.
There's a warranty. You've got a copy of the warranty.
And I guess one or a couple, I mean, I don't know if the town would be interested in this being kind of a partnership with the tree. Either with funding, or I guess we do need to talk to the town about where the tree's gonna go.
Well, I guess it would be a discussion with the town, cause I know it got put up that the town was gonna buy the tree this year.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
I mean, if we could go, if the town wants to go 50-50, I think, you know, we got a deal maybe, but,
oh, hallelujah.
I mean, that would be a good way to make it work with both budgets, I think.
I wouldn't put either one of us.
Yeah,
Over.
exactly right. And
That
then a
would be
discussion
wonderful.
of where, cause where is it up here, is it on the hill?
No,
Or
it's
it's-
down here in front of Dr. Kelly's office. And, it's a good place.
Mhm.
There's an Episcopal church right next door that
Mhm.
also does story time, things like that on the Christmas lighting night.
We need to move on with that pretty quick, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah, by the 15th, they need to be paid.
well, that may be something, if we can get on the town agenda for,
We have the meeting on the 7th.
on the 7th, and we may, if it's then something we can call a special meeting if we need to, just,
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
or if we have a budget workshop, just notice a special meeting for this particular issue after it. That way we can just vote on it if we need to.
And the good thing about these panel trees is that you can add on to them every year.
Yeah,
They're about $1,000 per foot. So next year, if we want a 26-foot tree, an additional $4,000.
and if we're gonna do a Christmas tree lighting, it makes so much sense to just invest in one time, and then, not have to deal with it year after year. And try to
Right.
locate one, and,
I spent some of my own time looking I couldn't even find a 20-foot tree. The only trees that I could find were 14, 16, and they were gonna be between $2,000 and $2,500, depending on the fullness of the tree. And that was in Haywood County and Newland. So
yeah.
at this price, I think it would just be great. And it comes with warranties. But that's my suggestion.
I think it's another one of those things that will make people who are staying in staying in Graham County drive into town and have something to see or do.
Yes.
It's just having something, there for them to come look at, so I
Right.
think it would be,
Yeah, I'm not seeing information.
I'll just email him that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a quote here, so we can scan that in and send it.
We'll send you the warranty, a picture of the tree. They're very nice, and I suggest we go with the multicolor lights.
You still there, Dirk?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay,
here.
perfect.
Yeah, that'd be great. Once
it
once
broke
we
up.
decide what we're doing. I don't know if you can still hear me or not.
Yeah, we got you now.
We can.
Well, do we have anything closed session? Or do we just, any further questions or discussions?
I mean, I guess a clarification is probably, so I'll walk over and say the thing, so I've got
Oh, yeah.
they've got it on the,
Oh yeah, it's underneath the, yeah.
okay,
This one?
motion for closed session.
Let's see.
Kenneth loves to read it every month at the Alderman meetings, so yeah.
This one?
Yeah, so I think
Once
it's
it's personnel.
Yeah, pursuant to the provisions of North Carolina General Statutes 143-31811C, I move that the town of Robbinsville, the rural tourism, the Robbinsville RTA, go into closed session for the purpose of considering personnel matters as defined in and allowed by NC General Statute 143-31811A6 and North Carolina General Statute 160A-168.